The 2017 BMW X5 xDrive40e iPerformance. A long name, yes I know, but this is a very important model for the future of BMW. I'm Jay and welcome to this episode of CarBuzz Unboxing Reviews. Now, we are at the 2016 LA Auto Show. We get to spend a bit of extra time here with the X5 xDrive40e, and I wanted to show you this today because, like I said, this is a very important model for BMW. This is not just some, kind of basic add-on trim version of the very popular X5 SAV. Of course, in BMW speak, SAV is Sport Activity Vehicle. No, this is the xDrive40e iPerformance. Now, you've heard of BMW's i brand, such as with the i3 and the i8, and those models right there are the future of BMW in terms of powertrains, meaning BMW is slowly starting to move away from all gasoline engines to more hybrids, plug-in hybrids, EVs, and because of Volkswagen's Dieselgate scandal, the future of diesels is kind of in question here. So BMW isn't, taking any chances here. It is moving on, and this is the result. It's basically a plug-in version or plug-in hybrid version of the X5. Now, this was new for 2016, and it's also the first plug-in hybrid released under the core BMW brand, meaning it was not part of the i brand itself. Now, BMW calls this X5's technology the eDrive technology, which is literally the same tech from those iCars, more specifically the i8. And if anyone was wondering what's going on with the X5 diesel, well, that's being delayed to arrive in dealerships for 2017 because, there's additional scrutiny from U.S. federal agencies in the wake of Dieselgate. So, in the meantime, I think BMW dealers are going to want X5 diesel drivers to really check this out. And there's a lot of good stuff going on here. Now, from the outside, this looks like every other X5 that you see, or brand new X5 that you see on sale today, and I think that's a really good thing. And no, it won't say iPerformance across the side like you see right here. That's just for the car show. Now, this one is painted white metallic. It's got for an extra $700. It's got 20-inch lead alloy Y-spoke wheels. Those cost an extra $950, but 19-inch wheels are standard. It's got satin aluminum exterior trim, and it's just a really nice looking car. I do like the design of this generation X5. They did a really nice job with that. It also has a power tailgate. Again, all this very familiar and same features you see on the regular X5. Now, if you notice in the background here, where we shot this video, you will see a blue i3 and a white i8. It is no coincidence that this xDrive40e is parked right next to those two. So what's the difference here? Right, it's a plug-in hybrid. That means it has a 2-liter turbocharged inline-four that produces 240 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque. Now, that gasoline engine, it's paired to an electric motor, which produces itself 111 horsepower. So the combined output for this vehicle is 308 horsepower and 332 pound-feet of torque. Now, that electric motor gets its juice from a lithium-ion battery pack that's towards the rear of the vehicle. And power goes to all four wheels. Again, this is an xDrive. xDrive in BMW speak is all-wheel drive. It goes to all four wheels through an 8-speed automatic transmission with a manual shift mode. And when you look under the hood, it's an engine. It doesn't really look a whole lot different to the untrained eye, but the guts of this car are different than the standard X5. We did an xDrive40i not too long ago, and that was powered by a 4.4-liter twin-turbo V8. Now, that thing had 445 horsepower and 480 pound-feet of torque. So, yes, this one is less powerful, but still, total of 308 horsepower and 332 pound-feet of kick. That's not bad at all. Now, step inside, and again, it's going to look just like every other X5. But, of course, this one, it was a show model. It was fully loaded. Comes with the M Sport package that costs an extra $3,250. Cold weather package, $550. Driver assistance package, $1,400. In fact, this car has, this particular one, just over $22,000 of extra features. And I've said this before in previous unboxing reviews, just how expensive German cars, German specifically luxury cars, can get once you start tacking on the extra packages here. And that's exactly the case with this one. And this one has the Dakota leather upholstery. And if you can see back there, this also has the 4-zone, a quad-zone automatic climate control. That means the 2 front seat passengers and the second row passengers can each control their own temperatures. And that's really nice to have, especially on a vehicle that, well, carries a base price of $63,000 and then tack on an extra 22 grand. Well, you can do the math. This is not a cheap car. Now, some other optional interior features this one has is the piano black finish black trim for an extra $1,080, the luxury seating package for $1,350, and Bang & Olufsen sound system for $4,500, leather dashboard $1,200, ceramic controls $650. Manual side window shades for $250 as well. Oh, and Apple CarPlay compatibility. Interestingly enough, that costs $300. To me, that should be standard. Chevy Spark we just reviewed, that has standard Apple CarPlay capability. You don't have to pay extra for it, but BMW wants you to pay $300 for it here. Interesting. Now you have this 10.2-inch high-resolution screen with iDrive 5.0. 5.0, of course, is the latest version of iDrive. It's controlled right there by that rotary dial to the right-hand side of the gear shift. Now this vehicle also has heated 14-way power front seats with four-way lumbar. This, again, it has all of the creature comforts you can imagine in an X5. And what you see here, iDrive 5.0, it's an excellent system at this point. I think it's very logically laid out. Over the years, BMW has just continued to evolve it, and whenever iDrive 6.0 comes out, I expect it to be even better than this, but I'm quite satisfied with this one right now. So let's talk some safety here. What are some standard features you get? You get driver and front passenger airbags, side impact airbags, adaptive brake lights, dynamic stability control, traction control, brake fade compensation, high performance four-wheel ABS brakes, cornering brake control, park distance control. Then you also have the surround view, the 360-degree view for an extra $750, a rear view camera, $400, and then you have night vision with pedestrian detection for $2,300. Yes, these are all very expensive features when you add them up. Like I said, over 22 grand worth, but man, some of them are really, really cool, like that the night vision with pedestrian detection. That's just a neat system to have. But notice how right here it's just leather covering everything, wood trim. It's just a beautifully put together interior. So how does it drive? Okay, well, this is the very interesting part about it. You have what's called an eDrive button here. And once you press it, the vehicle will go through three different drive modes that control the powertrain. Now, the first one is Auto eDrive, and that lets the computer basically control everything. Max eDrive locks the vehicle into full electric mode at speeds up to 75 miles per hour. And then there's Save mode. It makes the X5 rely entirely on the 2-liter gasoline engine for power. So let's talk performance. Now, you're going to go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 6.5 seconds. Top speed, 127 miles per hour, which is electronically limited. And like I just mentioned, top speed in EV mode is 75 miles per hour. But to go from 0 to 60 in EV mode, it's about 22.6 seconds, which is about what it is for a Smartphone 2 EV to get to 60. So you're not going to go very fast here. Fuel economy, let's talk about that. Well, with a gasoline engine, it's 23 miles per gallon in the city and 25 miles per gallon highway. But with the combined in hybrid mode, you're going to get 56 miles per gallon E, which is, for a vehicle that weighs, well, 5,283 pounds, that's pretty good. Now, just to compare, the X535i with the turbocharged inline-6 engine weighs just under 5,000 pounds. What does that mean? Batteries, specifically the lithium-ion batteries, they weigh a fair amount. But the EPA gave the xDrive40e an electric range of only 14 miles. Now, yeah, there you go, your rear seat entertainment system. Those are always fun to have, and yes, they definitely cost more. Now, cargo space here. Again, this is typical of the regular X5. However, in non-hot plug-in hybrid versions of the X5, you can get a third row seat. It costs about an extra $1,700, but you can't in this one. Why? Because that is where the lithium-ion battery pack goes. There's just simply not enough room for a third row seat. And, well, I don't think the third row seat is necessary to begin with because it's just a very, very tight squeeze when it's there for those passengers. Okay, so now there's also, I want to tell you how it drives. There are 3 driving modes. You have Eco, Pro, Comfort, and Sport. And they work like in all other BMWs, and these modes affect the way in which energy is recovered. Now, for example, in Sport mode, it has the most aggressive energy recovery. So it's the fastest way to recharge the battery while you're driving. So then there's Comfort, and then Eco Pro, and those are slower to recover energy in that order. So if you go in Sport and Save mode combination, that's the fastest way to recharge the battery when you're on the go. So it's kind of an interesting system here, and like I said, it comes literally directly from the i8. It's the same technology, and BMW managed to stuff it into the X5. And like I mentioned, the pricing, well, the base price, $63,095, which is not bad, because for about 64 grand, you're getting i8 technology in an SUV like this. That's really cool. But like I said, adding on all those features, and people love those features, it's going to cost you. So what do I like? Well, it's a great gasoline and electric engine combo. I think the power output is really, really well done. What don't I like? Well, the short EV range is kind of a joke. And like I said, it's expensive, like all other, BMWs, especially the X5. What's some of the competition? Well, you have the Porsche Cayenne SE hybrid, the Mercedes-Benz GLE 500e plug-in hybrid. So those are going to be the 2 most direct competitors, and I really believe that you're going to start seeing more plug-in hybrid versions of SUVs in the very, very near future. They got to cut fuel emissions somehow, and diesels are, well, they're not so popular anymore. They kind of have a bad reputation, and by doing plug-in hybrid versions might be the way to go. So I'm out of time for today. Thanks for watching, everyone. Any questions for me, just leave them in the comment section below.